Hey everybody, I'm Carl Campbell, the national trainer with Wet Sounds, and we're here to talk to you about some great marine products and some other products that maybe might cross over into some other areas for you dealers out there who dabble in all different types of power sport and motorcycle applications. So right here we have the 6.5 speaker and the 8 with the white grill. But the nice thing is these grills simply twist and they lock on or lock off. And you can actually see the inverted surround that Grant has there in his hand. And you look at this product, it's got the Harley Davidson bolt pattern built into the basket. So this will drop into any Harley Davidson from 2014 and newer. It's an amazingly built product. You can see right there the heat sink on the back that's actually attached to the neodymium magnet structure. So the harder you push this speaker, the more air it actually pushes and pulls through the magnet structure to cool it off. It's got dual connectors on this speaker. It's got the standard slide-on spade connectors, which a lot of people use in vehicles and whatever, but it's got the DNC port connector that you see a lot in marine audio. And you also see Harley Davidson go into that with a lot of their newer fairings. So this is like a plug and play solution for your motorcycle market as well. And the bullet tweeter in this thing is designed to just push great audio sound right through the wind and the pipe noise you get on any type of motorcycle you may have. So right in front of Grant here, you can see the RGB accent on the front to either side of the Bluetooth control panel. But what I want you to do, Grant, is tilt that speaker down toward me. You can see the fast track that's on the top, the bottom, and the back. Now, this is a 5/16 install channel where you can go down to your local hardware store, get some 5/16 bolts, slide them right in that channel, and now you have a way of mounting that to almost anything you want to mount it to. But what we also did is the L bracket that comes with these sound bars, we extended it to give you a little bit more range of where you may be mounting it. And I don't know if you can get in close on that, Grant, but there's a little tiny nubs on the pattern of the sound bar. It actually allows you to lock the sound bar in different angles. So if you're mounting this on a Razor, or let's say you're mounting it on a Can-Am Defender, or maybe some side-by-side vehicle that's got a custom cage and it's got a really weird angle to it, this bracket will allow you to lock the sound bar in roughly 10 to 12 degree positions, so you can angle it a lot better to be at that perfect hearing range for your ears. We've also got a lot of clamps that we've added to our accessory portion. There's a sliding bracket that fits in that 5/16 channel. We make round and square clamping for these sound bars. So no matter what you might be mounting it to, whether it's a golf cart, a side-by-side, a pontoon boat, a fishing boat, there's going to be an application for you to install this on just about anything that's out there. So we've got Grant here, and he's got these beautiful Rev HD speakers. Is that a Rev 12, it looks like to me, Grant, that's sitting there in front of you? So one of the first things we did this year is we incorporated the RGB into the housing of the Rev HD 12 HD and 10 HD. You can see it's already mounted. You don't have to buy the accessory like you did in previous models that we've offered. It's on the front and the back, and even the little Wet Sounds logo lights up. You can get the RGB controller to change the colors. You can do all the neat things that RGB has always done for your boats. He's also got the really impressive Rev Zero grills there, and they'll just kind of twist and lock on similarly to how they did with the Zero line. It's a very nice, neat, but see, it looks exactly like it's part of the Zero series now. But one real key feature with these is we actually built the new Rev HD pods with a scalloped design to them. And as you turn it sideways, you can see there's like a big cutout on these, on the sides of these. And what this actually allowed us to do is we were able to take the Rev 12 speaker and actually hang it higher up than last year's 10-inch speaker. This gives a more headroom on your boats, because when you go to a 12-inch speaker, you're really starting to get into headroom issues trying to get in and around your boat. So we scalloped the pod on the 10 and the 12 with the Rev series so that they hang higher and give you a lot more headroom. We also used DSP processing on these. We put these speakers in a sound room, and we looked at the frequency response they had, and where there were a little brightness, we actually improved the crossover between the compression horn driver and the mid driver, so it's a lot smoother response. And also we added an additional crossover on an additional capacitor on the crossover to protect the tweeter. A lot of the guys out there, they get out on the water and they were just cranking their tower speakers. Then they bring it into the cove, they kill the boat, they get it back out. Then the next time they bring it back out, they forget the volume's turned up to 11, and they turn on the boat and bam, they spike the tweeter and they blow the diaphragm right out of the tweeter. So that extra capacitor on the crossover helps protect the tweeter just in case somebody might have forgotten to turn their volume down last time they had their boat out on the water. Point I wanted to add about the Rev HD line to all your dealers out there is when we came out with this product, like probably the first 200 to 300 pair of the Rev HDs we sold were going on to boats that already had Wet Sounds product. People were just trying to get bigger and better. So we decided with this Rev HD line to not include the grills with the tower speakers and not include the clamps with these tower speakers. A lot of guys were taking them and using the clamps they already had on their boats. So we made a decision to not include these. That way your customer needs to know that. So if this is a brand new boat build, they need to qualify their customer on what clamp they need, and they need to qualify their customer on what grill they might need. So we've obviously got the new Zero, and we've got the Wet Sounds Iron Cross grill that Wet Sounds has been known for many decades, or a decade. And then we also have the more marine incorporated clean look that maybe someone might want to have it be a little bit more subtle. All of these grills are available in black and white, so it's just preference. And with our swivel clamp that Grant has sitting there next to him, this clamp will fit on about 90-95% of most of your boats. What's nice is you literally can, once it's mounted to the tower, it's a very simple process. You pull out the little pin, and now the speaker tower can be separated with a twist, and it comes apart. So that little part there will stay on your tower, and the mount will be locked onto the pod. So when you're parking your boat or you pull up at Lake McConaughey and you've got a little sketch crowd around, in a matter of a minute, you can disconnect your tower pods, hide them away or lock them up. Or even for wintertime, you can disconnect your pods, keep them inside. It's a really good safety feature on our clamps, and it's also a really easy way for you to protect your product, maybe in a sketchy environment. If you're at a boat area or a new dock, you're able to protect your product as well as keep it locked in place. And in a matter of a minute or two, it's right back up and ready to go. Thanks again for having me on and letting me talk about Wet Sounds here on the Marine Audio program.